The left has decided that the vaccine mandate is constitutional, and they have gone through this repertoire of Supreme Court cases, and they have found a case where the United States Supreme Court in 1905 authorized and said it was perfectly constitutional and legal to have vaccine mandates. Therefore, Joe Biden's vaccine mandate is constitutional. I happen to be a lawyer. You're about to start hearing a lot of progressives cite Jacobson versus Massachusetts. And you're not lawyers, I realize, but I can explain this one to you because you need to understand this so that you understand how this case does not apply. What a lot of people are doing is saying, oh, look, in 1905, the United States Supreme Court said vaccine mandates are constitutional, therefore Joe Biden can mandate a vaccine. Except every case in the Supreme Court is based on a fact pattern. And if you don't have the same fact pattern, you don't have the same case. And the progressives who are saying Joe Biden can do this because the Supreme Court in 1905 ruled a vaccine mandate is constitutional, they don't have the same facts. And so it's not the same case, so you can't say it's constitutional. And arguably, based on recent Supreme Court precedent, it's not. So the case the left decided is Jacobson versus Massachusetts. It's a 1905 Supreme Court case, and it did uphold a vaccine mandate for smallpox. But the facts are dramatically different from what Joe Biden did. The facts in Jacobson actually undermine what Joe Biden is doing. So why did the Supreme Court in 1905 say that a smallpox vaccine mandate is constitutional? Well, it did so because it was a state-level mandate, not a federal government mandate. It was based on a statute specifically authorizing vaccine mandates, a statute that was passed by the state legislature of Massachusetts and signed into law by the governor of the state of Massachusetts and upheld by the Supreme Court of the state of Massachusetts. And the United States Supreme Court got an appeal. This vaccine mandate, by the way, also had a fine. If you didn't take the vaccine, you would get fined. Now, I want to read for you the key component here. In Jacobson, the United States Supreme Court said that a state law mandating vaccines was constitutional for two reasons. One, the mandate was based on legislative authorization at the state level. And two, it is a police power of the states to take care of health. I'm going to read for you a paragraph from Jacobson. The authority of the state, that is the state of Massachusetts, to enact this statute is to be referred to what is commonly called the police power. Now pay attention to this. This is very important language here. The police power is a power the state did not surrender when becoming a member of the Union under the Constitution. In other words, the police power is a power of the several states, and that power did not transfer to the federal government when the states formed the Union. Although this court has refrained from any attempt to define the limits of that power, yet it has distinctly recognized the authority of the state to enact quarantine laws and health laws of every description, indeed, all laws that relate to matters completely within its territory and which do not, by their necessary operation, affect the people of other states. What is this saying? That the United States Supreme Court recognizes the police power is a power of the individual states, not the federal government. And the Supreme Court has not attempted to define the limits of that police power for the states so long as those powers do not exceed the boundaries of the state. What the court has never done is distinctly recognize the authority of the federal government to enact a vaccine mandate, except in limited circumstances. Now, if you're confused here, I hope you're not, but if you are, let me break this down for you. In 1905, the United States Supreme Court was asked to throw out a vaccine mandate. It said the vaccine mandate was constitutional. Why did it do so? It did so because it ruled that the police power belongs to the several states, not the federal government, that enforcing health care is one of those police powers, and that in this case, the vaccine mandate was authorized specifically by a statute enacted by a state legislature, signed into law by the governor of that state, and enforced by local healthcare entities empowered to do so by that state legislature. In other words, everyone who's citing Jacobson to defend Joe Biden's vaccine mandate is actually citing a Supreme Court case that says the healthcare police power belongs to the individual states, not the federal government. The only settled law exceptions are for federal workers and the military.